We're back with the RGT Pioneer, and this time we've gone all out. That's right, it's the RGT Pioneer, or the EX86110, and we've made a few more changes. This time we've removed the 2-amp nickel metal hydride battery pack, we've removed the 17-turn 550 motor, and we've removed the servo. You see it says servo, the 15 kilo waterproof servo. And in their place, instead of the battery, we have a 1.5 amp LiPO. In place of the motor, the 17-turn 550, we've got a 35-turn 540. It's lighter and slightly slower than the 17-turn 550. You can see the motor size. It's a smaller motor, so there's less weight than before. In place of the servo, we've got the JX Servo WP5323LV. Now I've kept the same ESC and the same radio system, but there's more. Last time we made some changes, and that included dropping one of the upper links at the front because it had a panhard rod and a link. I removed the wrong one. I made a mistake there. You want to keep the one on the right of the vehicle. It wants to anchor on the same side as the panhard. So the one that you need to remove is the one on the left front upper link, and that gives you really nice left and right articulation. Everything moves like it should, and it's smooth. That's how it should have been from factory. The other thing was I moved the battery tray forward. It used to be sitting back here. So if you think about it, we had this big heavy battery, and it's a heavy battery sitting on the back of the thing. That was not good for weight distribution. So what I've done is I've removed the battery tray. I drilled a small hole on each side in these 4 pans here, and I stuck a standoff. They're just a nylon standoff. You could use brass if you had them. I happen to have the plastic ones or the nylon ones. So it's held on just by one screw on each side, but it's well solid, and it's still, because it's the original tray, it still fits the original enormous battery. But because we want to get the center of gravity lower on this thing, I've swapped to a small LiPO I had from another model. Simply a 2S 1500 milliamp hour battery, and it has the same T connector plug on it, so it still connects to the ESC. Now the WP1040 ESC is still there, and the radio system is still the same. So now we have those changes plus what we made last time, which was to move the shocks down one hole. That's to give the car a bit more reach. We also replaced the original stock tires and plastic wheels with the heavier wheels and the Proline high racks. That's the Predator compound. And of course we've moved the bumpers in and trimmed off some extra bits and pieces. So now we have a machine that's starting to really look like a proper crawler. Okay. All right, already the low speed control is far better than it was. Yes, it's a higher tone motor, but it's a 540, not a 550. This is so much better. So a 35-turn 540, this is, you can't compare them exactly, but all things being equal, which they're not, but roughly speaking, a 35-turn 540 will be slower slightly than a 17-turn 550. Now magnet strength and the way they're wound, whether they're, well, they are straight slots, they're both 3-pole motors. They're both cheapies too. All this comes into play, but the bottom line is that we needed a slower motor for more control, and this cheap 35-turn 540 I had sitting around definitely does the trick. Now I've gone for budget here too. It's problem 2 in the bag. So none of these mods have been big expensive upgrades or anything like that. It's a $20 servo, it's a $15 motor. Obviously that needs fixing. And the battery is just a cheap battery as well. So I'm sticking to the theme of starting with a cheaper truck and giving it cheaper upgrades. We're not going to town on big name upgrades here. This is one that we couldn't do last time. In fact, this truck's never done problem 3. I don't know if it can, but let's find out. So what I'm hoping for mostly here is that the forward weight bias, more than any other change, will assist because previously it had that big battery sitting down in the back, which just made things really hard. Oh. You can see the stronger servo is able to steer better than the original. It's still not super strong, but it's better. Come on. Oh, nearly had that, I reckon. The challenge here is that this back right wheel gets hooked under the rock. That bull bar is kind of in the way, but that's all right. Now, even if we don't get problem 3, it's having an easier time, even in the failing. We got close over here before if we don't fall off to the right. We're up, but we haven't finished the problem. And I don't think it's recoverable from here. It might be. We bottomed out on the skid. No. It was sitting there on this tall point. I'll give it one last go, but I'm happy with its performance even if we don't get 3. I'm honestly still happy with it. Yeah, the servo doesn't have enough strength to just haul around where it needs to. That's all right. It failed, but it was better. Problem 4. It's so smooth. Really nice. Ah. There we go. That one can't be done slowly as much as I'd like to. I just thought I'd change the camera angle so we can see what's happening. We do have the low speed control here that we didn't have with the stock motor. The skin of our teeth. I don't think that could be done slowly with our breakover angle, but that's problem 4. All right, problem 5. It looks good, doesn't it? That would have toppled prior to our center of gravity fix. That would have toppled. Just walking it across to get this bull bar up over the rock here. Give it another go. I'm pretty sure it did 5 before. I'm going to try and keep the front left tyre a bit higher there. Now we can afford it to pick up a bit. Oh, it's high pointing. There we are. And problem 6, which I'm really excited to see. I reckon we've got half a chance of doing 6. Obviously I don't believe in jinxing things by talking about it first. Oh, this lovely slow control with that motor swap. That was a good move. I still couldn't put a small opinion on it, unfortunately. Alright. Ooh, it's close. I reckon we'll get there. If not this go, next go. It's really close. I think over this way a bit will be the answer. Yeah. There you go. Look at that, smooth as silk. Well, hey, 5 out of 6 ain't bad. We still couldn't quite conquer problem 3. We did get to the top that one time, but I'm not really going to count it. But the truck is definitely better. I think with the better distribution of weight, really that's a big deal. And getting the geometry properly correct has been a big deal. The tires and the wheels, having a bit of extra weight down low does play quite an important role. But really getting that weight fixed up has been, it's been really rewarding, just getting more and more out of this truck. So 5 out of 6 now, including problem 6. That's a big deal. I'm really happy with it. Throw me a like if you got something out of this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. Oh, if you haven't seen the review, check that out here. And if you haven't seen round 1 of the mods, you can also check that out here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.